middle. Okay. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session with the court's announcement docket. Next case, the next two cases are cause number 326-556 and cause number 328-334. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Eric Lee Norman Jr. Mr. Norman,
Yes, sir.
is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Norman, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Norman, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Norman?
Doing all right.
You doing all right? That's good.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Norman, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Wright Kimler. Attorney Kimler, how are you doing?
I'm blessed, Your Honor.
That's good. Now, Mr. Kimler, do you waive a record in Mr. Norman's case?
So,
Mr. Norman, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information has been filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This information alleges that on or about April 30th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of terroristic threat. Mr. Norman, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And this is in cause number 326-556. Now, to this charge, Mr. Norman, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Yes, sir.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily,
Yes, sir.
and are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Norman, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Norman, there are a set of initials, EN, that are on a line next to a box that says check guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, Mr. Norman, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are two boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Norman, I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
It is.
Now, Mr. Norman, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I have just mentioned to you, did your attorney, Mr. Kimler, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir. It is.
And did you read and understand everything that he went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Norman, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
yes, Your Honor, state officer, state one. Without objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Kimber, you've advised in counsel, Mr. Norman, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Norman, your attorney, Mr. Kimler, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Norman, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for the defendant's plea of guilty in this case, the state recommends confinement in the Jefferson County Jail for a period of 180 days, Your Honor. We're asking that the court give the defendant credit for the 180 days pre-suspension jail. making it a time served plea agreement, Your Honor. And we're asking that the court also use the time served to both pay and retire the court costs. Your Honor, and lastly, as part of this plea agreement, the state has submitted dismissal paper for the companion case number 328-334.
That's correct, Your Honor, so I understand.
Mr. Norman, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail for this case because you've already served 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you will be given credit for the time that you have already served. The court cost in this case is $337, but you will not have to pay the $337 court cost because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. And the state will also be dismissing cause number 328334. Mr. Norman, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Norman, I will follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Norman, you're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney. You're gonna follow the directions of the clerk. And once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go. Your attorney is just being handed a copy of the dismissal in the next case. Once you're free to go, you have a blessed day and you can stand on the X.
Thank you. You as well.
All right, and Mr. Kimler, you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you.
If you don't mind taking a right down on these for me? You have a- you got- no, everything you got. Oh, let me see what you have.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yes. And that's what pocket is. All right, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you, court.
Okay, you're welcome. We'll wait for the, next case is cause number 323436. Case is style of state of Texas versus Shelley M. Barley or Shelley Marie Baggett. This is cause number 323436, case of style of state of Texas versus Shelley M. Barley. Ms. Barley, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Barley? That's good. Ms. Barley, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Owen Samuel. Attorney Samuel, how are you doing?
It's a wonderful day, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks. And the state is represented by Attorney Lamar Johnson. Attorney Johnson, again, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Samuel, what's your announcement in Ms. Barley's case?
We have an agreement that's been tendered by the state and we've filled out the documents and we placed.
Oh, you,
I just got it.
oh, okay, well, she has to do the
Yeah,
paperwork.
I just got it.
Okay, I
I'm
thought
sorry,
you,
Your Honor.
okay, no, that's, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So just have a seat, we'll call you back up. Court is back in session and calls number 323-436, case of Style, State of Texas versus Shelley M. Barley. Ms. Barley, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Barley, do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. Ms. Barley, I have before me a document that has been filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This document is titled Information. This information alleges that on or about March 29th of 2018, while you're in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Ms. Barley, do you understand what you've been charged with? And to discharge Ms. Barley, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? Yes. And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Yes. Ms. Barley, I also have before me a document Ms. Barley, that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment, is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Ms. Barley. This is DWI, you'd have to check that box. Okay. Okay, now, Ms. Barley, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment, is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, Ms. Barley, there are a set of initials, SMB, that are on a line next to a box that's check no potential.
Oh, that's not an issue.
Okay, that's your initials. And on page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature? And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes,
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
yes, sir.
And are these your initials? No, excuse me. And at the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that? Let's go. I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, Ms. Barley, before you sign and initial all of these documents that I've just mentioned to you, did your attorney, Mr. Samuel, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Ms. Barley, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment, and I have in the court's filed a probable cause affidavit, State's Exhibit Number 2. Would you like to offer States 1 and 2?
Yes, Your Honor, state on stage 1 and stage 2.
Any objections?
No objection.
No objections. States Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Samuel, you've advised in counsel, Ms. Barley, is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Barley, your attorney, Mr. Samuel, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes,
Has he been provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Barley, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargaining agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for defendant's plea of no contest in this case, the state is recommending that the court suspend adjudicating guilt at this time and place the defendant on community supervision, Your Honor, for a period of 1 year, required the defendant to pay a $750 fine and to complete 50 hours of community service.
Okay. This offense occurred March 29th, 2018.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't, she's not eligible for deferred. The offense has to be on or after September 1st of 2019. Now, if y'all need to, you withdraw your plea, or if you want to have some time to,
Yes,
Talk.
we'd like to withdraw the plea
okay,
and give us an opportunity
to
to
renegotiate.
renegotiate.
Okay, okay. At this time, Ms. Barley, the court is going to allow you to withdraw your plea and give your attorney in the state opportunity to renegotiate. Now, do you you need some time to do that?
Yes.
Okay, you want standard reset?
Yes,
Okay, give us a reset date.
The 12th or the 15th.
December, either one. Well, what's the 12th?
On Monday. You know, 14th to Wednesday.
Let's do the 12th.
The 12th, okay.
Okay, so it's gonna be reset to December 12th? That's what you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I mean, she said.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Samuel, you can get your reset. Once you get your reset, you can give it to your attorney. I mean, give it to your client. And Ms. Barley, once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Okay.
All right, please stand on the X. Okay, let's see who else we have. This is cause number 331291. Case is styled the state of Texas versus David Rayner, or David Rayner Jr. Mr. Rayner, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Rayner?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Rayner. You're here represented by your attorney, Dustin Galmore, Attorney Galmore, how are you doing?
Great, Judge, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thanks, Rex. Now, Mr. Galmore, what is your announcement in Mr. Rayner's case?
Judge, we're asking for more time to go over the videos in this case.
Give us a reset date. January, okay. This case will be reset till January 11th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Mr. Rayner, your attorney's gonna sign for your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Galmore, I think this is your only case?
That's all I have.
Okay, you're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.